Do you believe what the Libertarian candidates believe, that you could run government, that is the Michigan state government, without an income tax?
Oh, I think that governments always need to work their tax levels down. As we experience economic growth, as we have had here in Michigan, extraordinary economic growth. We've seen 540,000 new jobs, a 17-year low in unemployment, the sixth fastest income growth state anywhere in America since 2010. That has provided the ability to increase exemptions to personal income under the income tax. But I think it's important that you keep in mind that over the course of many, many generations of politicians, they've racked up all this debt. Here in Michigan, we've actually used our economic growth to pay down and reform our long-term liabilities, reducing it by over $20 billion in the last 8 years. Once you pay off the debt, that's where you really free up a lot of room for big tax cuts.
And is this what you talk about when you consider yourself the continuation candidate, continuing Governor Schneider's policies, including the tax policies and the debt reduction policies?
What I want to do is to take it to the next level. We've laid a foundation. We've got all kinds of economic growth. Before, our biggest problem was not enough jobs. Today, what we hear from employers from top to bottom of our state, they can't find enough people to fill all of the jobs that they're creating. Think as we fill those jobs, connect more people with that opportunity, it creates more opportunity for continued reduction of debt and tax cuts. We can do both of these things. And I think it's important, though, that as we move forward, that we do both of those things and not just move forward on one half of the equation without the other.
About 3 weeks away from your primary, the polling, if you believe the polling, has you running second with a wide margin between the front runner. Again, if you believe the polling, that's the Attorney General, Bill Schuett. But he is under an FBI investigation right now. Do you believe the latest polling? Do you think those numbers have changed?
Things have changed a lot in this state. We have seen over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks, with our internal numbers, things tightening very, very substantially. And so the person who is the supposed front runner has been coming down in the polls, and then myself and another candidate is growing in the polls. And I think this is going to be a horse race right to the very end.
Now, Schuett has said that you don't necessarily back the Trump agenda. I don't know. I'm not paraphrasing exactly what he says. Is this an accurate statement?
It's not. You know, the Republican family had a hard time coming together in the last election cycle, but we all got there by Election Day when it really counted. The president has done an awesome job, both on domestic policy and supercharging this economy with a big federal tax cut. But then also, I think he's made some great priorities on beating the opioid addiction epidemic, and even paid attention to Michigan's infrastructure needs, like the Sioux locks that are required to move iron ore to our major industries. I mean, this is a president that's paying close attention to Michigan and close attention to what's best for our country. Prior
to Lieutenant Governor, you held a seat in your state house, and when you were in the House, you called it very dysfunctional. Has it gotten any better? And this time that you had in the House, does it help shape how you would run the state as governor?
It does. When I was in the House, the Democrats controlled the state House, and there was a Democrat as governor, and nothing worked well at that point. It was overspending. They couldn't even get a budget done. And as we've moved forward now, 3 months early is the new on time, but we also have structurally balanced budgets. We save for the future. We reduce the debt, and it's just about good, solid, long-term leadership. Our state is on a great course right now. The stability of our state and the growth in our state has really turned things around. We need to keep that going.
So is this the big issue you consider facing the Great Lakes state? That's the economy, the economy, the economy?
It's the economy. Is the new currency of economic development. More and more companies are telling us, listen, I want to grow in Michigan. I got to be able to find the people to accommodate all that growth. And so we're leveraging that for criminal justice reform and helping get people off drugs and back to work, and social service reform, putting work requirements with Medicaid, getting people that are sidelined back in the workforce that don't need so much help anymore. It's a win for them, and it's a win for our employers that desperately need the work right now.
For folks who want to learn more information about you and your campaign, your platform, where do they go?
Just like the name, briancalley.com. And I've also got a free digital download book on my plans for the future that you can find a link for at that website as well. I'd encourage people to take a look.
All right, August 7 is the primary. Good luck, Mr. Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.